So it's not uncommon that you'll take a photo and there's something in that photo that you don't want there. And it can be, if you scanned it, it could be a tear, it could be a building, it could be a person or whatever in your image. And I've got a lot of people in my image here. I will tell you that when you've got a lot of people in the image, that sometimes it's a little bit harder. But I do want to show you a couple different ways that we could clean up this image and get rid of people. So there are a few different tools that can do this. And so this is going to be basically our remove weird stuff section of the tutorials. So the easiest tool to use is certainly here at the Band-Aid. And if you're in double wide mode here in the toolbar, it's the fourth section down, the top tool, the spot healing brush tool. So I'm just going to click on that and you can see that I get this little circle. My cursor is a circle. Now, here's another really great shortcut. This is a brush. Every brush in Photoshop, you can increase or decrease the size by using the bracket keys on the keyboard. This is another one I'm going to do all the time. I recommend that you remember these keyboard shortcuts. The right bracket makes the image go larger, the brush rather, and the left makes the brush move smaller. I have to wiggle it around, otherwise my screen recorder won't pick up the change in the brush size. But even if you're holding the brush still, you'll be able to see it kind of changing. So that's just a really great tool that I use all the time. So here we can see we've got a girl with a backpack taking a picture. She's in my shot. So I'm going to just brush right over her with that tool. And when I let go, I'm telling you, sometimes they come out with a new tool. This did not used to be here when I started with Photoshop. And this used to take freaking forever. I love that it's just so fast and easy now. That's great. I could even say, like, I don't like this. Is that a hose or just a crack in the sidewalk? Watch, I can just go, meh. Now you see, this will happen too sometimes. This is one of the problems with Content Aware, is that it picked up part of this corner here. But if I just drag over that again, it got rid of it, right? So these tools sometimes require a little bit of finesse, and there are other methods of doing this that are more complex, but you get a lot more control. So let me see if I can get, just because this thing is so bright, this lady's outfit, I can see a little bit of kludginess in there, but you know what? Let's see if I try and get all of this out. That did a lot better. Because that other lady was there, Photoshop was thinking some of this stuff is supposed to be there, so it tried to put some of her shirt kind of down here. When I got rid of all of it, it just looked around and said, oh, it's all bushes, and it got rid of it all. So these guys are definitely going to go away really quick and easy. So you can see that a lot of times for a lot of really quick issues, this is a great tool. It works really, really well. I want to even get rid of this rock. So I'm just looking for anything else I might want to get rid of. Anyway, you can feel free to kind of move around. I'm not going to worry too much about this image. I want to see if I can get this pole out. I did okay. Yeah. You can see sometimes I just brush multiple times and see what happens. Okay, that's not working so good. So I'm going to use this tool here called the clone stamp tool. And the trick with this one, it's kind of like the healing brush, but what I got to do is hold Alt. And you see I get this little crosshair. I hold Alt and click there. And then when I paint, you see how that crosshair is moving over there to the left? So wherever I paint, it just copies that crosshair into that section. We'll learn more about this in a future tutorial too. Boom, right? It's perfect because I got to select where it was grabbing from, those pixels to paint in with, rather than Photoshop trying to guess, right? Most of the time it's good, but sometimes it's a little bit tough. Let me zoom out, and I got rid of some of my people. I could go in and clear all this out. I'm not too worried about it. Let's just kind of stop here on this part of the editing, and let's look at the ways that we could tweak the colors a little bit in this image. We'll do that in the next video, and then we'll save it. We'll be done with this image. We'll move on to another one.